Welcome to Life It with DVD. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. Today I wanted to talk about a very important subject, and that is who can you trust? That's a very difficult question nowadays when you look at it from so many different angles. Who can you trust, right? I mean, so what is trust about? That means somebody is, you know, reliable. Somebody is there. Somebody is being authentic. Something is being authentic, right? Um, that they say what they, gonna say what they're going to do and do what they're going to say. Um, and if they make a mistake, they fess up to it. They are accountable about it, and they're not afraid to be wrong, right? Like, that is what trust is about, to me, right? So when you look at the world, right, there's a lot of misplaced trust, and it is one of the biggest downfalls for your life in general. If you trust the wrong people, they will lead you astray. They will lead you off your path. They will take you directions that you never would have thought of going, and just distract you in general from what actually matters in your life, the things that are important to you. So being being very selective with your trust is so important. And this comes down to information as well, right? When we look at trust, we have to evaluate, right? When we look out at a person or a thing, an entity that is giving us information, that's giving us feedback on what is happening, right? What is reality? What is the world? Um, how are they giving it to you, right? Are they actually being forthright? Are they talking about related things that, you know, if something happened, years ago, and or just months or weeks ago, and they say, oh yeah, like, this is what this is what we support, these are the people we support, um, and then you know a week later they say something completely different, and you don't hold them accountable to, well, why did you change your mind, right? Everybody is, they can change their minds, but why did they change their mind? Why did they shift their stance? Why did they behave differently than what they had said that they were going to do before? And this is just how you start to develop that critical thinking that is so important in trust. And maybe this is, it's why it's important to be kind of a natural skeptic. And I'm not even saying that it's, you have to be a non believer of everything, right? But I think it's important when I just say to be a skeptic to just question things. Just ask, why is it that we're doing what we're doing? Why is it we believe what we believe? What does it go back to in, our life, or, you know, anything? Why are we making the decisions that we are making? In this process of critical thinking, of self analysis, of just looking at a situation and asking the question, why, is so important for trust and the entities, the information that you trust, and the people that you trust. So, there's also this psychological bias. There's a psychological bias around new information, or reliable information versus unreliable information. So what does that look like? So when you look at all of these different kind of factors, and people and things, and whatever you can trust, you're going to obviously look at what is reliable. And I think this is also the the issue as well, is that when you look at what is reliable, a lot of people are looking at what is reliable in terms of what the person next to them is saying, right? We are biologically conditioned to, move in packs. That there's strength in numbers, right? You've heard all of these adages before. That it's better. There's safety in the herd. There's safety in the herd, and that biologically is true. However, in today's modern society, if you're looking to be the best version of yourself, you need to look and do something that's different from the herd, especially when all of the herd is doing things that, I mean, if you survey the average person, I feel like I see surveys all of the time of the average person is very unhappy with with their lives, where it's going, the state of the world, how it is. If you if you look, if people ask themselves internally what's going on, they're very dissatisfied with their situation. So if you are going to be the best version of yourself, if you're going to get to the place that you want to go and to fulfill your vision, right? If you just want to, understand yourself better, you have to look somewhere else. Usually that's internally, besides the outside world. And it's often the people that are closest to you that you have grown to trust because, well, they've been around you the longest, or they've supported you through the most things. They might have supported you through those things and you can trust them to a certain degree, but you might not be able to trust them on everything, right? And therein lies like kind of a false trust, that people might be looking out for you, right, in terms of your best interest, but they might not be looking out for what is in your best interest if you haven't told them what you want, if you haven't told them your vision. And if you're looking out at them for, like, oh, I trust them, they're reliable, they're, a parent, a friend, spouse, whatever, but they're doing things to try to push you in a direction that doesn't really make sense to you, and you haven't told them that, and they don't understand that, why would you continue to trust them with that specific thing? Um, you might need to go a different direction. You might need to go out into the uncertainty, like I had said yesterday, go into the uncertainty and try to find somebody that does know something about what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go, and get a different perspective on what it might be that you need to do. And this is how you start to build trust, right? If you want to, just have a better grasp on reality and understanding the world and the truth, and how things work in this reality, you need to go to places that are going to be called unreliable. You're going to have to go places that are called conspiracies. You're going to have to ask the questions yourself and look places that other people aren't going, because it's those places that everybody else seems to go. It's the places that are promoted. It's the people that everybody says that you can trust or can't trust, right? That you need to be questioning, because it's the ones that you haven't heard about. It's the things that you haven't heard before where the solutions lie for you, in that uncertainty, right? Out in the void of, possibilities, right? That anything can happen, and something, when it's presented to you, that new information, it just might click. And you might say, oh, wow, I never had thought about that before. I never knew that. I never knew that piece of information. I never knew of this person and this perspective of like what they have. And follow them, right? Follow them and just see, are they accountable? Are they actually reliable, right? Not just to themselves, but to other people, right? Do they practice what they preach? Are they taking action upon what they're saying? And when you follow them for long enough, you'll begin to know if you can trust people like that. Because ultimately, words, rhetoric, so many things that people promise. You just look at the world, and people talk all the time about all of these things, but are they actually fulfilling their promises? Are they actually carrying them out? Are they being accountable? Or are other people giving them a pass and saying, well, oh, you know, giving them a pass, making an excuse for them, and their behavior, right? And this gets into like more psychological tactics of gaslighting and just enabling behaviors of how people can be codependent to other people or things. And if you aren't aware of these like psychological biases, um, right, you're going to get hurt one way or another. It's so important that we are aware, that we are accountable, that we hold other people accountable, and we are accountable to ourselves. Um, and that just comes down to knowing who you can trust and trust on what things and what information and what people, right? Because obviously we want, hopefully, we want to fill our lives with people that are authentic and you know genuine and integral to our lives. That they want to support us and build us up, and ultimately we want to try to build a network of people around ourselves that are able to do these things, and be honest with themselves. So, because if you're around, good people, that'll help build you up as well. What is it? I heard that you're the most similar to the five closest people to you, and I think that's a very true thing. Um, so I mean, even in my life, right, I keep my social circle very small, because it's not about you know me. It's not. I keep my social circle small not because I don't like people. I do. I like a lot of people, but um, I have a vision for the things I want to do and like what I think I can create for my life, and it's like I want to build other people up. I want to help other people with their things. So I'm trying to lead the way and build that foundation with this channel. Being life fit. Um, yeah, I think I'm just rambling here a little bit, but I, just it's just me reflecting back what I'm saying, right? Questioning myself. What is my motivation here? What is it that I am trying to do? Can I trust myself, right? Um, and ultimately, right, you have to trust yourself. You are all that you have, but you have to be accountable, and you have to show compassion to yourself, but be honest to yourself as well. So, um, yep. So let me know who it is that you trust. How do you go about figuring out what is reliable to you? It'd be interesting to hear in the comments. So like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Thanks for being here, and until next time, talk to you later. Bye.